morning mga ka-tribu. It's another Wednesday. And that means it's time for an engaging new episode of Straight Talk, where we get to the heart of the issues that truly matter. I'm Chito Lozada.
And I am Teddy Montelibano. We're coming to you live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube, bringing you fresh perspectives and in-depth discussions on the most pressing topics.
And today we're honored to have with us a very special guest, a respected advocate for agriculture, a former senator, and someone who's had a significant impact on both national governance and public policy.
So joining us today is none other than former Senator Kiko Pangilinan, who served in the Senate for over a decade and has been a passionate voice for farmers, right?
Yes.
Rural development and social justice. Good afternoon.
Yeah, welcome to the
Senator
show.
Kiko.
Hi,
Senator
thank
Kiko.
you. Thank you, Chito and Teddy, and to your viewers. Hello to everyone. Good day to everyone.
Good to know
I'm
that.
very happy to be here.
Good to know that you're alive and kicking, and none the worse for wear after all.
Well, we try to take care of our health because without your health, you have nothing. Sabi nga nila.
Yeah, that's true, man. So, see, Miss Sharon must be taking good care of you.
Also, and I'm also taking care of her. Happy wife.
Where's
Complimentary.
Happy wife. Happy life.
Happy life.
Correct.
I'll take your word on that.
So, what has been keeping you
Yeah.
awake? What has been keeping you nowadays?
Well,
What has been keeping you busy nowadays?
I call myself a farmer CEO because I run a farm enterprise.
Where's your
in
farm?
Alfonso, Cavite. It's a fruit and vegetable farm.
How big is it?
A fruit and
3
vegetable
hectares.
farm.
Oh,
And we
Oh, it's quite
provide,
sizable,
we have institutional buyers in Manila, as well as restaurants and resorts in Tagaytay. It's 3 hectares and it's about half an hour from the rotunda of
From the
Tagaytay.
rotunda,
Of Tagaytay.
how many hours? 1 hour?
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah. When
Kung
it's
walang
not a
traffic.
weekend.
Yeah, because weekends,
With that,
hell is traffic.
So we do that. Of course, I have my law office. And then just the other week, we had a Singapore Philippine trade mission, private sector, agriculture, investment. We brought in about 20 participants from everywhere, all parts of the country, the supply chain, and then 5 investors from Singapore. They're not food secure, meaning they have to
Yes, correct.
import
Yeah, they have to-
and
food
we
sources, yeah.
should be able to sell to them if we have the necessary supplies available. So we match them. So that's one. And right now, as we speak, we have a farm field school ongoing in the farm.
A what?
Farm
Farm
field
field.
school.
Farm field
So
school.
50 farmers
50.
in the Alfonso area are training with the the ATI, the Agriculture Training Institute, the DA, Region 4, and the Alfonso local government. So that's a 3-month program
In your farm?
in my farm.
So
yeah.
you're the
And
one-
once a week, they come to the farm, and then we have areas wherein we teach them organic agriculture for vegetables.
organic.
So we're doing that. And the farming advocacy, I used to have a show in One Signal PH called Hello Pagkain. And then a radio program in another station. All on food and farming and agriculture advocacy.
Oh, galing.
Yeah, yeah.
Still there.
Yes.
The TV show.
No. When I filed, we decided
okay.
to end it. So it was a 6-month stint. But my food vlog and my YouTube channel, where we do agriculture advocacy, is still.
What's the name of your
Organic
food blog?
farming.
Hello Pagkain.
Hello Pagkain.
Kiko Pangilinan at Kiko Pangilinan .ph and YouTube Kiko Pangilinan.
Are you in Facebook? Is that on Facebook?
Yes,
as well?
I also have my official Facebook page,
And
which is
TikTok.
Kiko
I
Pangilinan.
suppose TikTok.
Yeah, and I have TikTok, also Kiko Pangilinan.
Are they really effective, the social
Yes,
media?
yes. In terms of being able to connect and reach out, yeah. But it's at one, depending on your content. That's why you have to keep providing the most creative, well thought of content. You can reach millions actually. I remember one of my TikTok material about 5 million views.
Wow.
Yeah,
Doing what? I mean, what do
Something
you
to
do
dream
there?
of.
doing
Crack
in-
jokes and entertain. And
infotainment,
Yeah.
yeah, a little, but it has to be, they say, raw, random, di ba?
Spontaneous?
Should be random.
Tinaas ko lang yung kilay ko, di ba?
Dapat spontaneous ka dyan. Walang scripted
Yeah,
ba yun?
yeah. Well, sometimes
Yes.
it's random and raw, sometimes it's scripted, depends. You just have to keep it coming, ika nga,
Yeah.
because you'll see what works and what doesn't. You know.
So-
it's just,
So that's your advocacy. in
Yes,
This,
farming, food.
Senate,
I'm curious, what do
Senate
you-
run.
Yes,
the
yes.
Senate run.
And I've been in the Senate, I've been in the advocacy of farming and food and agriculture since 2010.
That has been your, that
so-
has been your pet
Yes,
project, so.
14 years now. Because ultimately, food is like air and water. It should be made available to everyone.
Yeah.
It's a basic, basic, fundamental right, access to food. In fact, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, number one is ending poverty.
Ending poverty, yes.
No? And number two is food.
Food security.
Hunger. Yeah. So poverty and hunger go together. Unless we address, just to give you a sense of why it's so important, food in the Philippines is so expensive. Some
I
are
wonder
saying,
why.
some are saying, well, it's worldwide. It may be worldwide, the inflation, but if it's worldwide as a reason, why is chicken double the price here compared to Thailand and Vietnam? Why? Yep.
Is it?
Why is pork 3 times the price here compared
it?
to Thailand and yes,
Oh,
yes,
wow.
and everything else. They call it shrimp, swahe.
Oh,
It's about 200 baht,
200 baht.
1 kilo in
What is
Thailand.
that? What's the equivalent to that in peso?
200 times
terms?
another 50%, maybe 280, 270.
270.
Ours, it's 400.
Bakit ganyan, Senator?
Well,
Sen Kiko.
because we have not prioritized agri and fisheries the way they have.
Well, grabing suporta ng gobyerno nila.
Yes,
Ah.
Thailand
Support,
spends double
Yes.
government what we're spending.
Oh.
But not in subsidies.
Subsidy.
Well, no, it's pretty much they won't call it subsidies because of the World Trade Organization, but they call it assistance, inputs, whatever.
Grabe
Vietnam,
yung gobyerno.
but Vietnam's budget is 3 times larger than ours.
Budget for
Agriculture.
agriculture, yeah. Phenomenal ang
Taiwan, their population is only 25 million. 17 billion is the expenditures for agriculture in Taiwan. We are doing about 3 billion.
So,
And you look at the output also. Indonesia is exporting about $51 billion of agri products annually.
Indonesia.
Thailand is doing about 46 billion dollars annually. We're doing 7.
what the heck? Well, that's an eye opener, huh?
And that's why food is so expensive. And that's why hunger is pervasive.
Yeah.
And that's why millions of our kababayans experience hunger. About, sabi nga nila, almost 50% of the population in a poll by SWS, they have
Experience hunger.
well, they rate themselves as poor, and millions have experienced hunger.
Well,
The UNICEF has said-
is this? Oh,
The UNICEF has said that 1/3 of our children, ages 0 to 7, are in varying degrees of stunting because of malnutrition.
Malnutrition.
So food.
that's really a problem.
And now, if you ask the man on the street, talagang high prices of food is the one that's really, parang suffering. They're suffering from high prices of food.
How do we? Is the government aware of that? Do you know?
Well, yes, except that,
The immediate solution is importation.
yun na nga, It's all stopgap.
Oh, stop.
And that doesn't. It's strategic. We have to
Yeah.
pull the bull by its horns, ika nga. Get and in fairness, it's not a hopeless case. You know, when in my first term in the Senate, the budget for DPWH was 150 billion
150 billion.
only. Today it's a trillion.
I'm sorry?
Today it's a trillion.
There's a trillion.
So in the span of 15 years, we have 8 to 10-fold increase. I think in the next 10 years, we should do the same for agriculture. We have to have a 4, 5, 6-fold increase in budgetary support for agriculture so that we can level up, build capacity, provide crop insurance, provide infrastructure, provide post-harvest facilities. You know, when I started farming, we used the kalabaw,
Did kalabaw in your farm?
Yeah, we had. Di ba? And to prepare the soil with mano a mano in a kalabaw, it's about, in one area, will take you about 3 days, soil preparation. But with a hand tractor, it'll take you 3 hours.
3 hours here.
When I was full-time farming, farm enterprise, managing the farm, then I realized we needed farm-to-market roads. Wala na ako sa gobyerno. So I built a one-lane multi-cab, and only a multi-cab can go up and down. Why?
Going to where?
To my production area. But it's hilly.
Oh.
Hilly. My production area was here. My sorting area and washing area was here. So every day they had to go up and down. Not every day, 3 times a week. And I computed it. Without the vehicle and without the road, it took us about 1.5 hours each person. So I had 4 people, and we did it thrice a week.
Oh.
So that's 4,
Twice a week.
5, 6 hours
6 hours.
up and down 3 times a week. That's 18 hours of going up and down 3 times a week.
Okay.
You know what happened after I put the road and the vehicle? It was
As it is.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. My
Because you
goodness.
bring all
So
the
infrastructure,
harvest onto the truck and bring it up.
Yeah.
So wala na yung up and down, up and down. So that is what we need to provide our farmers. Mechanization, infrastructure, support, crop insurance.
Yeah.
I got hit by Glenda direct in 2014.
That's
I
important.
Your crop is all wiped out?
wiped out. 2 of my greenhouses nilipad. Tapos all my nursery. So the nursery is critical because that's where your seedlings are. You have to prepare 1 month to have tomato seedlings, okra seedlings, sitaw seedlings. Nadali lahat.
Dali lahat.
So I was delayed 1 month
Okay.
for my traditional vegetables.
That happens a lot to farmers.
And if without immediate calamity relief, crop insurance, they will
That's
stay poor.
important, crop insurance.
So, and health, Taiwan. Health insurance, accident insurance, crop insurance, kompleto.
Lahat yan. Suportado sila.
It's because
can
it's food.
Yeah, you know.
Because it's
Essential.
food. Lahat tayo. We will die if we don't have food.
I mean, we have a lot of agricultural land, hindi ba?
Yes.
course.
Yes, but yun na nga, because of the lack of support.
Wala.
And then here's the thing pa, suddenly it cannot be planted, then you need to back up the supply to stabilize prices. But because supply is iffy, because nga of lack of facilities, cold storage, etc.
Yeah.
Here we have, in the Philippines, inflation of up to 300%. Diba? One day, your kamatis is 30 pesos a kilo. 30 pesos a kilo. Okay yun. 2-3 months later, because binagyo, it's already 220 a kilo.
Ng kabayo.
That's 7 times.
Does that really happen?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. And if it's...
Go to the
I
market.
don't go to the market. I should.
And the challenge there is, buti sana kung 7 times din ang dagdag do sa sahod mo. Eh, hindi. Diba?
Static.
Yeah. So, and why are food prices not stable? Because supply is erratic.
Yeah.
And supply is a question of shelf life, post-harvest, cold storage,
Yeah.
di ba? Logistics,
Logistics.
di ba? Bringing it to the markets.
It's true.
But, again, if Thailand, sabi nga nila, Thailand, learn from us. Di ba?
A long time ago.
Yeah, and Vietnam
In
too.
Vietnam.
In fact, 10 years ago, in my first...
First time I went to Vietnam, it was nothing.
Yes, 10 years ago, I was in the PhilMec, Philippine Mechanization Authority or Administration. There were 15 Vietnamese studying mechanization in our institution. Di ba? So, biniro ko yung director. Director, wag mong turo lahat. Kalahati lang.
Hindi, wala pa.
Maliwanag tayo.
Competitor yan eh.
Yeah, but yeah, that's how it is.
Oh, but Vietnam is phenomenal. Have you been to Vietnam lately?
Yes, yes,
Puta.
yes.
I guess
Nobody
we
can
have
beat
to,
them.
yeah. Senator, will just have a commercial break and we'll be
Yes, yes.
Bilis na lang.
You know,
And this break is brought to you by Angkas, Beat the Traffic, Bayad Center, Hashtag Bigger Better Younger Bayad, and you can buy it all. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. And Union Bank, it starts with you.
Tune in to Daily Tribune's show aimed at addressing the needs and problems of our OFWs from different corners of the globe. Hear about their plights and success stories every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube.
Straight Talk dives deep into pressing issues of leadership, politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
Utol, once just a colloquial term for a brother or sister, today the same term stands for a better option to your transportation needs. You need an alternative to ride-hailing with the concept of availing the service with care and compassion as if it was rendered by your own sibling. Now, who would you prefer to drive you home? Uto, the ride-hailing app to consider.
Later on, maybe. Okay. So, how's family, Senator?
well, good. Sharon is coming up with a new teleserye.
Ooh.
And the other
It's
channel.
something to wait for.
So she's never really left. Hasn't left showbiz.
No, no, no. She's doing it with Julia Montes. It's actually an international
Production.
I mean, the script, and it has been produced in many countries: Japan, South Korea, Brazil. It's called Saving Grace. It's about a mother. It's a story of a mother and an abused child.
An abused child.
Yeah, who she was rescued by Sharon, who became her second mother and protected her. So it's exciting.
It's
so
a series? It's a series.
Yes, November 28th will be the first. Oh, that's this over the
November
weekend.
28th is going to be next year. Next week, sorry. Next week, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Next week.
So, no, tomorrow. Tomorrow, di ba?
Hindi pa. Correct. 28. Again, I'm leaving na pala for Bacolod. No. I'm leaving.
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
So, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So
Yeah.
that's for
What's that?
ABS-CBN.
When does it come out?
ABS-CBN.
ABS-CBN.
And then she has a U.S. concert tour that's ending now.
Okay.
And so yeah, family is good.
A concert tour where?
In the
East
U.S. and
Coast,
Canada.
West Coast?
Yeah, yeah.
West
both.
Coast, East Coast?
Both, both. Tapos na yung East, so she's now in the West.
Okay, how would she devote her time between the series, the serie, the teleserye, and
Well, it's
concert?
sabi nga nila, the more you work, the more you live. But, yeah, yeah.
That's good to
she
know.
Loves it. She
That's
loves
good to know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves it. Of course, she gets tired like everyone else. And I tell her, when you're tired, you take a break. Diba?
Yeah, but it's in the blood.
Yeah, and you'll get bored. Diba? Sooner or later, diba? So take a break, rest, and then recharge and then go back. You know. Yeah. So yeah, and Frankie is graduating this May.
What is she taking up?
Literature.
Lit.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Literature in new school.
Yes.
What does she want to do after that? She wants to write or
Right.
She's a writer?
She's a writer. In fact, she just submitted a 300 page
300 page.
novel.
novel.
Yeah, the other week.
Well, I mean, is it
She's a how do you call it? Prolific writer.
We'd like to see some of her. No, can she share some of her writings?
I'm sure she should, and she likes to sing. And then she's doing a movie. She has
Local?
a movie.
Local?
Production.
Is it an indie film or what?
Studio.
Studio.
Yeah, indie film. Si ano siya, Jody Santa Maria is the lead role. It's the movie is Edjo.
About a job.
Yeah, the
Grabe,
the
ha?
book, the book by Boying Pimentel.
Political eyes ito si Frankie.
Sabi ko nga the movie aspect, the acting aspect is Sharon. But the edge of aspect, that's me.
That's true. It's a mix na.
Galing. So, nakakatuwa naman the grown up na.
Yeah. Elijah Canlas, and then Jody Santa Maria.
Yeah.
She plays the wife of Edjo.
Who's producing it? Who's directing and producing it?
It's an indie film. I'm sorry, forgive me, but I forget the
When is
names.
it coming
But baka next quarter pa. Maybe first quarter next year.
year.
Pa.
That's why there's still
They're still shooting some sequences, but see, Frankie's done
Is this your first?
first. Yeah.
Wow, grabe, They
And
sought her out.
I'm proud in a sense that when the director, di ba, texted her saying, natural daw. And she's never done a movie.
Did you watch her?
that's
I mean,
not
did you watch the...
I saw some of the scenes. Oh,
Magaling.
and, well, it's in her genes, not mine.
Ito.
Yeah. So,
Okay, so you're a family man, and what else? You're a family man. You're a farmer.
Yeah.
You're a passionate farmer.
Yeah.
You're devoted to the land and food production.
Yeah.
What else is there for Mr. Pangilinan, for
Yeah.
Senator Pangilinan?
Well, I know the problems of agriculture and food, and I've experienced precisely, personally, firsthand, the challenges of how to make a farm enterprise work. It's not easy. There are years lugi, and then there are years that you break even, and then there are years that you earn.
Okay.
So I'd like to bring that back, diba? So, and how do we continue to provide the solutions so that we can be food secure and we are able to bring, our farmers' incomes up. Kasi right now, the average age of the farmer is about 57 years old.
Walang mga bata, hindi na no?
Because
Hindi na nakapasok.
because of the income gap. And ultimately, and that's what Vietnam has done, that's what Thailand has done, that's what China has done. They benchmark the interventions in terms of farmers' incomes, ultimately. And that's China. It's supposed to be a communist country. But income, because that's how you will keep them from leaving the farms or selling it and going to the cities and earn in a call center or do business. And if they do that, who will farm?
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, so that's the challenge. And I'd like to see that
How do you
to champion
encourage
that.
the
Yeah,
young
exactly.
Filipinos to
Exactly.
take up farming?
How would you encourage them?
Yeah.
Well, again,
How would you make it
Appealing.
again, it's
sexy to
income.
them? Maybe
Sexy.
because
Income.
farming is
It
not
has to be income. It has to be increased
to show
income.
them that it
Yeah,
could be
for example,
lucrative.
we succeeded in passing a law. I was the principal author. Sagip Saka Act.
Sagip, Saka.
It's Republic Act 11321. It's the Farm Enterprise and Entrepreneurship Development Program under the DA. One key provision is that precisely government can now buy directly from farmers and fisherfolk organizations without public bidding, direct purchases.
What do you mean? Before, okay.
Because government buys food.
Okay.
For example, UP, they have a university food service. Calamity relief,
Yes.
you distribute rice food packs. Where do they buy all of that?
Before you had to bid if you're in
Yes.
It's
Any government
required, yeah.
purchase had to be bid out.
Even those?
Yes. And that's why immediately you disqualify the farmer because he does not have a tax account number. He does not have a business permit. He does not have a mayor's permit. He does not have a registration in PhilJeps online. But government is the biggest buyer of food. Our estimate is about 200 billion a year.
Wow.
Army camps. They feed,
Army camps,
di ba? PNP camps.
Yeah.
Hospitals, provincial, regional hospitals, jails,
Yes.
calamity relief. Where do they get all of the rice that they distribute?
Correct. Yeah.
They get it from traders or the NFA. Why not get it now? And that's why we exempted government. And we put it in the General Appropriation Act, Section 24 of the Special Provisions. That mandates DepEd, DILG, DOH, and other related agencies, DA, to purchase directly through Saka Act. Direct purchases that are
Farmers.
exempted from public bidding. For example, the Sorsogon provincial government bought the governor, Governor Hermoso, traders were buying palay at 13 pesos. The following week, because they need to buffer stock for calamity relief, they bought the palay at 20 pesos. Almost double.
Double.
Yeah.
The week after, the traders were buying and offering 23.
Why like that?
Because government became a competitor.
I see. Okay.
So it's good for the farmers.
Precisely.
So if they
Because
go straight to the farmers, wala. I don't know.
then their incomes increase by 100%. Diba? Biro mo, from 13, kaya palang mag-23.
Yeah.
Oh, that's about double. Diba? Give or take a few pesos. But the margin is 100% increase, but it's only a 10 peso per kilo increase for the trader. It's nothing. 10 peso is just barya.
Yeah.
Of course, if you buy a lot, it's still, but still. So there you see government coming in as a big brother, will buy the rice, and makakamura pa ang gobyerno.
Yeah.
Kasi imbis na sa trader, sa grocery, sa supermarket, sa palengke binibili, direkto sa farmer.
Sure.
Diba? So he gets it cheaper, but the farmer gets it, higher. And when the farmer earns, it goes back to the local economy.
Yes.
Then the sari-sari stores will benefit.
Able to, yeah.
Then the tricycle and the botica, the banks will all benefit because the economy will suddenly have
multiplier effect.
the purchasing. So that law, I believe, will make farming viable. Because imagine, Bucor buys 2 billion pesos worth of food
Yeah.
Every year.
every year.
Every year.
Can you imagine if kahit na 20%, diba? That's 400 million. Divided by 12 months, that's about 40 million pesos worth of purchases a month for farmers and fisher folk organization. That's going to change, diba? The scheme of things. One cooperative, year on year, the year before, wala pa yung direct purchases, 7 million ang benta niya. Multipurpose Cooperative of Camarines Sur. The following year, third quarter pa lang, because 13 LGUs bought directly from them rice, they sold 62 million.
Wow.
So if you're a young entrepreneur, young agriculture student, and you know that you can actually sell 7, 8, 10 million a month,
That becomes very attractive.
Yeah.
then that's how you make farming sexy for the new generation. It has to pay the bills. Otherwise, diba, who will want to have a vow of poverty?
Pay the bills plus money in the pocket.
Exactly.
Extra, diba?
Exactly. So, and the biggest buyer of 4x4s in the entire planet
Ay, farmers.
is Thailand.
Is what?
Thailand.
Thailand. Okay.
Because the 4x4 is the vehicle of choice. So even your manufacturing sector,
Yeah.
if incomes of the farmers increase,
So that
then your
yeah,
industrialization will have the market
positive impact also on that.
on manufacturing.
Yeah.
Then you have a evenly developed, diba, manufacturing, agriculture production. Then you have sustainable economic growth. Otherwise, it will be boom and bust, boom and bust.
It's a domino effect on
But
industries.
San Kiko, what is the state of agriculture today in the Philippines?
Well,
Eh,
neglected.
macro.
Yeah.
Neglect.
It's
We
always a
produce
laggard.
9% contribution to GDP. So bagsak and laggard. And this is what Malaysia did 20 years ago. They identified it. Unless the exploitative, antiquated, oppressive economic relations in the agriculture sector inherited from the colonial period is
Abolished.
confronted, we will never modernize.
Is that
That's Malaysia.
Does that apply to
Malaysia.
Yes.
It applies to us?
Same. You know, the rice traders, you know how much the rice industry is? Palay? About $1 trillion
A trillion.
a year.
There's a trillion peso industry.
Yes, Palay, we produce about 18 billion kilos a year. Times 50 na lang, mababa, o 20. So 18 times 20 is 360 billion. Palay pa lang yun. That's the money that goes around.
Okay.
And then you mill it. And then that's 60% of that becomes palay. Becomes rice.
Rice.
So about half.
Yeah.
So that's another 11 billion kilos of rice
Okay.
times 40 rice. That's another 400 billion.
Wow.
So 400 plus 300 is about 800 billion. Wala pa yung trucking. Wala pa yung fertilizer. That's just the, you know, the money going around when you do the buying and selling. So it's about $1 trillion.
China.
But why are the rice farmers poor?
Why? That's a fantastic.
Because there is no value adding for their product. It's just palay. Now, if you value add their product, allow them to mill it because they will borrow money. They know that government will buy it. So they will go to the microfinance. Government is my customer. They will buy my rice, but I need to mill it. So lend me the money to mill it. So instead of selling it at 20 pesos per kilo palay, I can now sell it for 40 pesos a kilo of rice.
Okay.
I can do it even maybe less, 36. But it's still cheaper than market prices because government will buy directly. So you double your income of the farmer just by providing him access to credit so that he can value add his product.
Yeah. Okay.
Palay is the lowest form of product.
Stuff, yeah.
He cannot do value adding. If he processes it with milling it, then you're value adding. Same with coffee. Same with coconut.
Yeah.
Copra is the most non-value added product. But you can actually, with value adding, if you had credit available, you can do cocoa water. You can do cocoa coir. You can do cocoa sugar.
Plenty. Yeah.
And earn more. Diba? You can do cocoa lumber if you do it right also. So much. I was chairman of the Philippine Coconut Authority, so we produce about 15 billion nuts a year.
Under Pinoy.
Yes, 15 billion nuts a year,
Okay.
and not including former senators like me, but 15 billion. But you know, we throw away 90%
Why?
because we don't have the technology investment.
So why don't we get it? I mean, I don't understand.
You know, it's,
If we
it's
if
simple.
we're able to identify,
It's simple. You know what the biggest
problem is?
You know
Why
what
don't we?
the top? That copra is one of our top exports.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the total is only 7 billion of all our exports.
Why?
So there's no value adding in copra. But for the copra exporter, I'm earning a lot.
True.
For the exporter. Yeah. Okay.
For me, the exporter.
The
What about
traders
the
get it
traders?
all.
I'm earning millions, $100 million, hundreds of millions of dollars. So for me, there's nothing wrong. But the farmer who is exploited remains exploited,
Exploited and poor.
dirt poor. Diba? So that's the challenge.
Yeah.
How do you give value adding to the farmer? Cocoa water. We produce about 3 billion plus liters of cocoa water a year.
Yes, what's her name? The wife of ano?
Let's reserve
Pope,
that
Miss
for
Pope.
when we go.
Okay,
when we
okay.
come
Yeah,
back
this-
for the
Yeah, the one
commercial break.
doing cocoa water is this artist who's
So
married
we're
to
going
Chris
on
Pope.
commercial break.
And this break is brought to you by Angkas, Beat the Traffic, Bayad Center, hashtag Bigger Better Younger Bayad, and you can buy it all. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart, live more today. Union Bank, it starts with you.
Tune in to Daily Tribune's show aimed at addressing the needs and problems of our OFWs from different corners of the globe. Hear about their plights and success stories every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube.
Straight Talk dives deep into present issues of leadership, politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
Utol, once just a colloquial term for a brother or sister. Today, the same term stands for a better option to your transportation needs. Unified Transport Operations League, or better known as UTOL, was established to give you an alternative to ride-hailing with the concept of availing the service with care and compassion as if it was rendered by your own sibling. Now, who would you prefer to drive you home? Uto, the ride-hailing app to consider.
So we're back then.
Ideal Agriculture Secretary. Should
No, but in fairness, Kiko Laurel is trying his best and doing and listening and reaching out. We sat down. I sat down with him 1 hour and a half. He started taking down, a number of my suggestions. And number one in the strategy of the DA in terms of farmers accessing markets is the full implementation of the Sagip Saka law.
Oh, fantastic.
Because
great.
that
Yeah.
will open up government buying directly from farmers. It will create if government is the market, hindi maluluging gobyerno eh. So they will be bankable. The farmers, they have a contract with the government.
Yeah.
Pwede na silang umutang ng microfinance
Yeah.
so that they can now rent cold storage. Right now they have no, diba? They have no they have no funds, diba? Not enough purchasing power to rent cold storage.
Yeah.
Not enough purchasing power to rent refrigerated vans. But with a contract with government, they will bring this contract as the collateral to borrow from microfinance. They can now hire more because labor is expensive.
Yeah.
They can now hire more. They can now plant more. They can now, the idle land will now be tapped
Productive, yeah.
and productive, and then they can now do premiums for insurance so that they become even more credit worthy and bankable. So but it starts with government intervening.
I was wondering, what do you do in your farm? I mean, you told us earlier
Oh
that you
yeah,
have a...
I'm a organic lettuce and herb farm. So
Why those?
High
Why
value.
lettuce
Why
and
organic?
herbs?
high value.
High
High
value.
value.
High value.
You don't do
and-
fruit.
and
I mean fruit
I have fruits.
or food.
When we got the property, there were already fruits. So I have bananas. I even have coffee,
Okay.
but not commercial quantities. Really, just for farm visits, so that they have a coffee experience. Kasi if you come there and buy all my coffee, then the next visitor will no longer have the coffee. So I have to. So it's
Hello, what kind of coffee do you plant there?
I have Barako and Robusta.
Barako.
Do you know, what's her name? Chitwan?
Yes.
Yeah,
In fact, she visited my farm before she got her own farm.
Because she was the one who, the only coffee I drink is Barako.
Okay.
Locally, locally.
Yeah. But you should try Robusta and Barako combined. You can do a blend.
I should.
But single source. is
What do you mean
always the
single
best.
source? What do you mean single source, single origin? What are those
One
terms?
farm.
It comes from one area.
From one area.
One farm.
One farm.
So what is so special about that?
Because most coffee you buy in the grocery are from many other farms.
I see.
So they mix it from whatever. So
okay.
the consistency is different.
Okay.
The soil condition different. The weather, temperature different. So you're
That
you-
affects the
Iba yung lasa. Hindi buo. Hindi solid.
hindi solid.
So,
Walang body. Ibang-ibang
yes.
yan eh. Okay.
Pero pag single source, consistent siya. Talagang
okay. Yeah.
maamoy mo pa lang. And then so, in fact, the ones I give coffee to, they like it. It's full. You can really see the aroma, and you can really tell because the consistency is buo, matamis,
So you-
manamis pa.
So you have a blend of
And it's
Robusta.
organic,
Organic means you don't use fertilizer there.
We do, but it's not chemical.
Not chemical.
Yeah.
They have
Because sabi nila, chemical fertilizers, too much of it for coffee, you lose the aroma, you lose the flavor. And organic, because my two younger girls are both asthmatic, so they're allergic. So I make sure that there's no chemicals, no pesticides, and you have a good market. It's really tastier. And why lettuce and herbs? Lettuce is a 45-day crop.
45 days.
Yeah.
You plant it and then in 45 days you
Yeah,
have
you
a-
plant it in the
You
nursery
harvest
for
it.
15 days, you transfer it to open plots for 30 days. So in 45 days, right now the wholesale that we deliver is about 200 pesos a kilo.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
And it's 45 days. That's why they say commercial, these are cash crops. High value. Because rice will take you, palay, and eventually rice, is a 4-month crop.
Oh, 4 months.
3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. And you sell it for how much a kilo?
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
Di it, no?
Here, I'm selling it, after 45 days, I'm selling it for 200. Diba? But
Okay.
we're not saying shift and forget rice, but we're saying do multi-cropping. You
So
know,
how do you, what's in your multi-crop?
well, you can have rice if you're a rice farmer, then you can have bananas. Bananas will also be your, to have a
To augment
diverse
your,
ecosystem so that
Ecosystem.
yeah, it's an ecosystem. It also becomes of sorts a windbreaker, and then you can have traditional vegetables, the pakbet variety if you're in
variety,
lowland, or the chapsuy variety if you're
plant.
plant. Diba? So you can do all that. So that while you're waiting for your rice, pecha is only a 22-day crop. So you can sell.
God, you're really steeped in agriculture, huh? You're really steeped in
Oh,
agriculture.
well, I've
Fantastic.
been in it for 15 years. no?
Okay. Yeah.
Tomatoes, it's 30 days in the nursery before you bring it.
You have a what you call that?
Greenhouse.
You have a greenhouse?
Yes, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 greenhouses.
Okay.
In
So
the
I can produce.
How do you
that.
protect it from the elements? I mean, how do you from extreme weather?
Well, you
Like you told us
for
earlier.
organic farming, you use organic pesticides. That's plant-based.
Okay.
You ferment it.
Yeah.
You can use the neem tree
yeah.
extract,
Okay.
or you can do they call it the Acapulco, or you can do the and then you also fertilizers, organic fertilizers, fish amino acid, FAA, FPJ, fruit plant juice. They're fermented, and then you drench your crops. So and then you do natural pesticide control. You put attractants, flowers,
Attractants. Okay.
or repellents, flowers, and then you do the what's this? Alkitran. It's like natural, where they're attracted, you know, and they get stuck. I forget the term, but yan, you put that around your crop, and then you do netting, and then you balot mo ng dyaryo.
You don't do honey.
I tried before.
Yeah, like, you know Ilog Maria?
Yes,
That's
yes.
That's where I get my honey.
Yes, yes.
Bee propolis, all that.
This is in Silang.
Yeah.
When he was still
For
alive.
30 years na ako
When he
more.
was still alive.
Yeah, that's Jess Magsaysay.
Yes, yes. So I met him.
Friend of mine. Yeah.
He started. I started, but very una hinahabol ng ibon. No, because
How was he able to do it?
no. His is a controlled environment, definitely. Mine kasi, I left it down there where at night, walang tao, early morning, walang tao. So I had to, well, it's a bit expensive, so I said, if I'll bring it up here.
So tedious pala yung, you know.
It is, but there is a protocol because in any farm, you must have a flagship product.
I see. Well, your flagship is
Lettuce and
Lettuce and
I can produce
What kind of
two-
herbs? What kind of herbs are this?
Iba-iba.
Basil.
Spearmint, peppermint. I have fennel, dill.
wow.
But you produce this, you pack this, and then you sell it?
Yeah, we have it in potted herbs. We also have a new program. You know, you have to do product development. We will build your backyard farm.
Oh, really?
We will go to you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. in the
Backyard
se-
farm, but for how big a space do you
only 10 square meters.
10 square meters.
1 square meter
Galing
of
yan.
soil can give you 2 kilos of vegetables, of
You
lettuce.
need agriculture guru.
Have you
ah.
started with that?
Yeah, I experimented with my brother who lives in the south.
Who, Joseph?
John, my youngest brother.
We don't know that Jan, ha?
Yeah,
Parang
he's an
hindi namin
architect.
kilala si Jan. Architect. Magaling siya. Di ba?
Yeah,
Siya,
yeah.
ano,
So for a minimal fee, you will have a vegetable and herb garden. You will have okra, you will have kamatis, you will have sitaw, and then you'll have herbs like basil, sweet basil, cilantro, which is coriander. So
how much would your investment be for that kind of setup?
no, I already have the farm. So
I mean,
sunken
like me,
cost
I
na.
have a.
No, if you, for example,
do you need like 20,000, 50,000, 100,000?
we're offering it at 15,000 for all of them.
15,000.
Yeah. And-
Including the
that's
seedlings,
reasonable.
and all that.
Huh?
Including the seedlings.
Yeah.
Everything.
Everything,
Galing,
including, and then we'll turn it into a farm.
What do you call that? What
urban-
do you call your program, or what do you call your outfit?
Sorry.
Wala.
Build your own garden, backyard garden. The backyard garden project. So
Do it yourself
galing.
garden.
yeah. So yun, that's another product that we are introducing. I only introduced it last week.
Last week, huh? So,
So-
but do you have people with you?
Yes, I have
You have a
10
group with
people
you?
in the farm,
Yeah.
farm hand.
So-
I have a
okay.
farm manager. I have a farm supervisor, production supervisor. So
How many workers do you have?
10.
To do the 3 hectares?
Yeah, because hindi naman planted lahat.
Okay.
And then you do cycling. You know, you don't plant everything all together. You do it in cycles. So first week I plant here, second week I plant here, so that you have harvest week after week. Di ba? I can do 2 tons of lettuce during peak season, which is January, February, March.
Malapit na.
Yeah. This is a harvest season. Then we have pick and pay, and then we provide training.
So people can go there and then they can pick and then pay you.
Yes, and then I have a
Okay, so-
memorandum of
So they have
agreement.
like a weekend, you know.
Yeah, I have a
with your
memorandum of agreement with De La Salle Dasmariñas, the College of Business and the College of Tourism, and they do their laboratory in the farm.
children. Galing, huh?
Yeah, so that's added income for us. Every farm enterprise will have to have a mix of off-farm and farm income. Farm income are your produce, but farm income alone will not be sustainable. You need farm visits, you need farm training,
Farm tourism.
yeah, ecotourism.
Ecotourism.
So we have that. In fact, last week, the other day, we had 30 farmers from Magallanes who attended and did an education tour.
But the local government paid for them.
Yes, may Lakbay Aral program. So, and then we have, what's this coming, farm, we had a Saints Co, grade 10.
Galing,
Around
huh? 100 of them?
120
Kids.
students.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they swooped in into your farm. What do you call your farm?
Sweet Spring Country Farm.
Sweet
Sweet
Spring Country
Spring
Farm.
So that type
Can
of...
we also organize, like, family
Yes.
going there?
Yes.
Dapat may ka lang. Pagkatapos B&B na.
And Alfonso is
We can-
Yes.
1,300 feet above sea level.
Yeah,
So-
we used to trail ride there.
So it's cool.
Yeah.
It reaches around 19.
Are you near
20.
Ku? Are you near Isabela?
So,
No,
you
she's
can-
she's
but
in
she's in-
Indang ba? Or...
She's Alfonso, I think.
maybe we can do a sequel.
Wrap up na raw.
Ang bilis naman. Agriculture pa lang yun. Dapat may part 2.
Oh yeah, sure.
Right,
Because
right.
we haven't discussed
Madami
coffee.
pa.
We haven't discussed banana. We haven't discussed. I have chickens.
Chicken.
I used
I
to
was
have
going to
more.
ask you kung may
We
livestock
haven't touched
Meron,
much.
but the ASF affected my
Well,
pigs, and then
Well, what else
Yeah,
can
that's
you,
a big problem.
aside from farms, aside from,
I have a
Hogs.
pair of goats. I have ducks,
yeah,
and then we're looking at maybe
chickens.
I have
Is
chickens.
chicken also, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should also discuss ASF
Yeah.
or the bird flu. In the States now they're really like kind of alarmed. This avian
All
flu and
these
everything.
epidemics, these
And they say that
diseases.
that's going to be potentially the next source of the
The
pandemic.
ASF in 2021, the estimated loss was about 50 billion.
Wow.
Here
in
the country.
Philippines.
In the
yeah.
Philippines.
Yeah. So really, it's horrible. We really need to step up our border,
Yeah.
our quarantining, diba? And make sure that the porousness is addressed.
Yeah.
Smuggling. Smuggling, you bring in all this food, not checking the quality of the meat. That's where actually ASF came from. Not from our locals. It came from
Abroad. Yeah.
Smuggled goods.
What about avian flu?
Same. It comes from abroad.
Yeah.
The migratory birds.
Correct,
Of course, you
yeah.
can't stop that,
You
but
can't stop
you
that.
must have interventions to be able to cull, to be able to do quarantining, etc. It's a government,
Complex.
local government, national government should come together when addressing these challenges. We did that actually with the Cocolisap infestation, which is another
Cocolisap.
story.
What's
2.1 million trees were hit
yeah,
by the infestation, scale insect infestation.
That's why they were saying, that Chito was saying that once upon a time, that whole that Barako was really grown,
And then
but
tinamaan
then
ng
there was
peste.
may peste.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it died, and then that's why Nescafe came, and then planted.
Robusta.
Yeah, Robusta, because for Nescafe.
So,
But then
Senator,
Batangas, they tried to revive it.
we need to have
Grabe
your
words.
parting words.
Grabe pala
Well,
itong agriculture.
Well, party words. We really need to address agriculture if we want
Food security,
to see a steady supply of affordable and quality food. And that's what every nation, every state should be concerned about. I mean, every society and government should be able to address that. And good governance and qualified interventions and competence is necessary. I think Secretary Kiko Laurel is in the right direction, but he needs our support. And if I'm given the opportunity, sabi ko nga, because of the Senate's hearing on Pogo,
Okay.
Pogo was banned.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So the executive heard and responded to the legislative intervention.
Okay.
So if the Senate investigation led to the arrest of Alice Go, I mean, the arrest was effected by the police, right? But upon the...
Yeah.
So a Senate investigation together with executive action can arrest the prices, the rising prices of food.
Yes. It's more substantial. Okay.
Address
Yeah.
the syndicates, the unscrupulous traders, government entities who are taking advantage, who are benefiting from the inefficiency. Run after. We did that actually in 2015. We brought down rice prices by 3 pesos in many areas. We brought down rice inflation from 15% to 8.8% in 1 year. We ran after traders. We ran after overpriced. We prevented overpriced purchases of Thailand and Vietnam rice. We asked them to lower their price 4 times in a year and a half, and 4 times they agreed. We saved 7 billion.
Fantastic.
When government buys low,
Whose term is that?
Pinoy's term.
Pinoy's term.
I was chairman of the board of NFA.
NFA.
So in
You were not a
2015,
senator during. You were not a
no,
senator?
I was in the I was cabinet secretary for food
yeah.
security, and the lowest inflation rate in 20 years.
Fantastic.
The lowest inflation rate in 20 years was 2015 August September.
Why can't we do that? Why can't we do that?
We can.
I mean, we should just stop politics for a while. di
We
ba?
can,
should,
we can,
no?
but somebody has to expose the gaps and the inefficiencies and the malpractices, the smuggling, and that's what we should focus on.
Kailangan sa kailangan dapat sa sa
Yeah.
gobyerno
Really can't
I
stop
mean,
when you talk
my goodness, this is
agriculture.
Yeah,
We should have more people
Ako,
like you
at least I
involved.
know they cannot run circles around me.
Alam mo yung alam mo
Yeah.
yung
And
you
we
know what
did it
you're talking
already.
about. You know your area.
We did it already. We were able to
During that time.
arrest rice inflation and food inflation and overall nationwide inflation.
Fantastic. Good China.
So that's it for today's episode of Straight Talk. Big thanks to former Senator Kiko Pangilinan for sharing his insights on the critical issues facing our agriculture sector.
Absolutely, Chito. Senator Kiko's perspective on supporting our farmers and strengthening rural development is key to ensuring food security and economic stability for the entire country.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, we hope today's
So we hope today's discussion sparks action and renewed focus on agriculture. After all, a thriving farming sector benefits us all.
Amen.
Yeah.
Thanks for our Kativo for tuning in. Don't forget to share this episode and be sure to join us next week for more important conversations and insightful information.
Thank
such
you,
as that
thank you.
was shared to us by our guests today.
Yes,
thank
thank
you very
you.
much, and Kiko.
Thank you,
Thank
Teddy.
you very
Thank you,
much.
Chito. Salamat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
mabuhay.
It's our honor.
Thank you. Maraming
Okay.
salamat.
So stay
Stay informed,
stay-
stay engaged, and take care.
Yeah.
Okay.
This public service announcement is brought to you by Meralco.
Alam nyo ba kung saan napupunta ang binabayad nyo sa Meralco? Dito sa series na ito, isa-isahin natin yan para maipaliwanag ko po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Josel Dariaga ng Meralco Corporate Communication Office. Alam nyo ba na pag nagbabayad kayo ng bill sa kuryente, nasa mga 20% lang on the average ang napupunta sa Meralco? Sa katotohanan, nahahati sa iba't ibang components ang inyong electricity bill. Kumbaga parang pizza lang yan. Kasama sa binabayaran natin ay ang generation charge na napupunta sa generation companies o mga nag-ooperate ng power plants, transmission charge na napupunta sa System Grid Operator ng Pilipinas, na National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, at iba-ibang charges na napupunta sa gobyerno. Tulad po ito ng mga subsidies, taxes, universal charges at fit-all. Kung tutuusin, tulad nga nabanggit ko, nasa around 20% on the average ang kabuang bill ang binabayad sa Meralco sa pamamagitan ng distribution charge. Ito na ang pinaka-epektibong sistema para sa electricity consumers. Iwas abala ito para hindi na isa-isahin pang bayaran ng iba't ibang kumpanya na dinadaanan ng kuryente. Naway, nabigyan linaw ko po kayo kahit papano sa inyong mga katanungan ukol sa inyong electricity bill. Hanggang sa muli, ako po si Manong Joe, ang inyong lingkod.